Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be sharing with you 10 of my essentials for maintaining healthy long hair. I know I have a ton of videos on how to grow long hair and my tips and tricks for getting it long, but once it's long, it's kind of hard to maintain and keep it still healthy. So I'm going to be sharing with you guys my essentials. Some of them are products, some of them are just things that I do in my routine to keep my hair long and healthy and maintain it at the length that it is now. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Also, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram, which I'll have linked down below, and I share tons of more tips there. So if you guys are interested, give me a follow. It'll be down in the description box, and let's just get into the video. I'm sorry if you can hear my cat eating. Okay, so first I guess I'll show you guys how long my hair is. Okay, so this is how long my hair is. This is the bottom of my hip, so it goes all the way down there. My belly button is right here. So it's a little bit longer than hip length right now. I'm still trying to grow it longer. I really want it to be about mid-thigh, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, this is what my hair looks like. I washed it this morning and it did the rice water rinse, so this is what it looks like afterwards. My first tip for maintaining healthy long hair is to find a good routine and to stick to it. So your routine would encompass everything going from washing to trimming to how often you're doing masks and what kinds of masks you're doing and all of those things. So I'm going to be sharing with you guys my summer hair care routine very soon. I'm going to be filming it very shortly. I'm just still transitioning from winter products to summer products because here in Toronto it's still been a little bit chilly out, so I haven't fully switched over yet, but as soon as I do, I will film that for you guys. But it's really important to find a routine that works for you. So depending on how often you're wanting to wash your hair, how often you want to get your hair trimmed, how often you want to be doing masks, all of those things, and all of that depends on you and your preferences. If you don't have a routine yet and you don't know really where to start, I always recommend by starting out by doing masks at least once a week. So I usually start with like oil treatments or doing some sort of in-shower treatment, which I'll be talking about later in the video. Masks are really important for keeping your hair moisturized and strengthened and shiny and all of those great things, which again I'll be talking about later on. But that's where I would start, and then I would also start with trying to figure out how often washing works for you. I personally wash my hair about once or twice a week. That's what works best for me. If you're someone who washes every single day, you should definitely try to transition your hair into washing less often throughout the week. So maybe try going every other day and then every 2 days and then every 3 days until you find something that works for you. Washing your hair every day can be really damaging to it because it can really over dry the hair, really strip your scalp of its natural oils, and dry out your scalp as well as your hair, obviously. So you don't want to be washing every day if you can avoid it. The most important part about finding a good routine is sticking to it once you figured it out. Consistency is really the key, especially when you're trying to see results for a certain treatment that you're doing, or especially when you're starting to grow your hair out. My next essential is to find a really good sulfate-free shampoo and a really good silicone-free conditioner. And I say sulfate and silicone-free because those are two really damaging ingredients that are in most shampoos and conditioners, as well as in tons of other hair products like serums, hairsprays, leave-in conditioners, all of those things. If you guys want to know a little bit more about why I don't like to use those ingredients, I will have my how I grew my hair out naturally video linked up in the cards for you guys, and there I go into much more detail about silicones and sulfates and which ones to watch out for. Like I said before, I'm still using my winter stuff, so I've been using the Calia Hydrating shampoo and hydrating conditioner. So I use these once a week or twice a week whenever I wash, and they are silicone free, sulfate free, and they have amazing ingredients. So finding a good shampoo and conditioner is really important. That can kind of take some time to figure out which ones work best for you. My all-time favorite shampoo and conditioner are the Calia Purifying shampoo and conditioner for dry hair, and I usually go into those in the summer and warmer months, but my hair was really dry this winter, so I've been using these ones. I will have everything I'm talking about linked down below in the description box for you guys, so don't you worry. I also really love the shampoos and conditioners from the Innate Life and from Carina Organics, so I'll have a few other brands that I love linked down below as well. My third essential is to find a really good leave-in conditioner. I feel like leave-in conditioners are so slept on, like no one really talks about them, but they're really important, especially if you have dry hair like I do. A leave-in conditioner really helps to seal in moisture after the shower. It helps to bring shine, it helps to keep your hair detangled, and obviously it helps to keep your hair hydrated. There are tons of different kinds of leave-in conditioners that you can use, so finding a really good one that works for your hair type and for what you're trying to achieve is really important. My all-time favorite is the Carina Organic Sweet Pea Leave-In Conditioner, and it's supposed to repair dry, chemically treated, and damaged hair. My hair is not that damaged anymore, and it's not chemically treated or anything, but it does get really dry. And one of the reasons why I love this one so much is that it's such a lightweight spray. I also really like this brand because it's biodegradable, so even their shampoos and conditioners and stuff, they're safe to use when camping. They're vegan, cruelty-free, and a lot of their ingredients are certified organic, and of course they are silicone and sulfate free as well. My fourth essential is finding a good brush, and I always recommend a wooden brush. I already have an entire video on why I love wooden brushes so much, so I'll have that linked up in the cards for you guys. But in short, I think they're just really great for brushing the hair gently without ripping it, because there are no bulbs on the end of these. These are Tek brushes. I will have them linked down below for you guys. Wooden brushes also really help to absorb natural oils from your scalp and redistribute it throughout the ends of your hair. So if you have long hair like I do, you know the struggle of keeping your ends hydrated. This really helps to just distribute your natural oils and keep the lengths of your hair hydrated. And wooden brushes also stimulate acupuncture points on your head, which promote blood flow, and you guys already know that that promotes growth. So that's why I love them so much. I used to use a wet brush, which are great too because they're really gentle on the hair, but I don't know, I just like wooden brushes way better, and wet brushes usually have the little bulbs on the end of the bristles, and I hate that. My fifth essential is to find some really good hair ties or hair sticks, especially if you're someone who likes to wear their hair up a lot, or if you work in an environment where your hair needs to be tied back like I do. So my favorite hair sticks are these Beetlejuice ones. I got them at Hot Topic. I'll have them linked down below for you guys. I also have an entire video on how I use these and my favorite few buns that I like to do with hair sticks, but I love them because they're very gentle on the hair and they don't pull or break your hair. So if you're someone who wears your hair up in a bun a lot, make sure that you are either switching up the positioning of the bun so you're not breaking hair on the same area, because there will be like a line of split ends where your hair ties are, especially if you're using like aggressive hair ties, like ones with metal clasps on them or rubber bands. Please don't use rubber bands on your hair. They can be really damaging. So I think that hair sticks, if your hair is long enough for them, are a great alternative, and I usually only need one and it holds my hair all day long without pulling on my scalp, so that's really great too. For hair ties, I love using scrunchies. They're probably my favorite. I think they're so cute and they're really gentle on the hair, and they do actually hold my hair. Another favorite of mine are the DIY hair ties. I have two that I can show you guys, but my cat likes to play with them, so I don't actually know where they are right now. I've talked about them in videos before though, and I'll have them linked down below. Basically what DIY does is they send you like a roll of elastic that you can customize how tight or how loose you want your hair tie to be. You just wrap the elastic around your hand and tie it off after how many loops you want, so you can make it tighter or looser, which I really like. They're also super gentle on the hair. They don't tug, they don't give me headaches when I wear my hair up, and they actually hold my hair because I can decide how thick I want the hair tie to be. My sixth essential is actually to do the search and destroy method. The search and destroy method is a way to get rid of your split ends without actually cutting off hair. So I like to do this at nighttime when I'm just chilling, watching YouTube videos or watching TV or listening to music. I just like to split my hair into sections, or I'll do this when my hair is in two braids because then it's easier to see the little split ends sticking out. And I will kind of just run my hair between two fingers like this, and I don't know if you guys can see, but do you see these little hairs that are sticking up? You can look at them, and if you see any split ends, I just like to take a pair of hair cutting scissors and snip them off. This really helps to eliminate split ends and prevent them from splitting further, and that way you don't have to go and get your hair cut as often. I do get my hair trimmed about twice a year, so every 6 months I'll take off like maybe an inch. Obviously, depending on if I need it. If I really need it, I'll go more often. If you're someone who likes to pick their split ends, I used to be that person. I would sit in class and like split them or pick them off, and that's so bad. Just if you do that, please stop. Just get a pair of hair cutting scissors, and while you're watching TV, just sit there and snip off your split ends, and you'll notice such a huge difference over time in how shiny your hair is and how little split ends you actually end up having at the end of the month. Again, that goes back to the first tip though with consistency. That's something you need to be doing at least once a week or every other day or so to keep up with it, depending on how many split ends you have. If you only do it like once a year, then you're not going to notice much of a difference, but that's a really great tip, and I feel like people don't talk about it as much. My seventh tip is to find a really good scalp treatment, and I feel like the scalp gets neglected a lot because you're so focused on the hair and the ends of your hair, but your hair obviously grows from your roots, so if your scalp is not in good shape, it's going to be really difficult for you to grow the healthiest hair that you can, and it's also going to be really hard to keep it on your head. A lot of the time hair loss issues stem from scalp issues, so if your scalp isn't being taken care of, it's not going to be a good host for your hair. So I really recommend finding a good scalp treatment. I also have an entire video on scalp health and how I keep my scalp healthy, so I'll have that up in the cards for you. 2 scalp treatments that I really enjoy are my DIY scalp treatment, which I'll have up in the cards as well, or my scalp treatment from the Innate Life, which I'll have linked down below. I actually ran out of it, so I don't have a bottle to show you guys, but I'll have a link down below. The Innate Life one has a lot of Ayurvedic herbs and oils that my own DIY one doesn't have, so I think that's something that's really important for your hair, and I've been using it for a few years now, and it's really just been one of the staples in my routine. The DIY one is really easy to make, and it has some similar ingredients. It's also more easy to customize if you guys want to switch up the ingredients for yourselves, or if the Innate Life one isn't accessible to you. I do have a discount code for the Innate Life. If you guys are interested in using it, you can use InnateAnna for 15% off your purchase. I will have it linked down below for you guys. Scalp treatments, like I said, are really important because your scalp needs to be healthy to grow healthy hair, but they can also be really stimulating. So when you're massaging your scalp with whatever treatment you're using, it promotes a lot of blood flow, and that in turn promotes hair growth, so it's kind of a win-win for you. Plus it feels really good just to give yourself a nice scalp massage. My 8th essential is to find a good oil or serum that you can use on your ends in between washes or after washing your hair. My favorites are the Rose Hair Elixir from the Innate Life, or just some 100% pure Moroccan oil or argan oil, or 100% pure macadamia oil. Whatever you choose, just make sure that there are no silicones in it. A lot of these oil serums that you buy at the drugstore for your hair are just loaded with silicone, which is not good for your hair in the long term. The Rose Hair Elixir has over 15 different organic oils in it, and this one obviously is just pure argan oil or pure macadamia oil. I really like these though because they're lightweight and they're in dropper form, so you can kind of control how much you're putting into your hair. And with oils like these, I just focus them on the last little bit of my hair. This really helps to prevent frizz, lock in moisture, prevent breakage, and keep your hair super hydrated in between washes. I also like to use these in my hair at nighttime before I braid it, before I go to sleep, which I'll be talking about a little bit later. But this really just helps to keep my hair shiny and smooth and healthy looking. My 9th essential are masks. I love using masks. If you guys found me on Instagram originally, you know that I love doing DIY masks. I also love store-bought or ready-made masks. I just love doing masks, and I think they're a very, very important part of your routine. I think that a lot of hair issues can be solved with masks or with treatments, but you just need to know which ones to use and when, and which ones work best for your hair type. So I have an entire video again on my favorite store-bought masks, which I'll have linked up in the description box. But some of my favorite DIYs are just plain coconut oil treatments or avocado or olive oil. I like to mix a bunch of them sometimes and make an entire treatment. Shea butter is also really good. I have a ton of DIYs here on my channel, so I have a playlist which I'll have for you guys linked somewhere around here. You guys can check out all my DIYs that I have. Masks are great for strengthening the hair, hydrating the hair, promoting growth, preventing breakage, boosting shine, all of the above. They're just really great for the hair. So if you haven't found masks that you like yet, definitely try making some your own. DIY masks are a lot easier to customize. You can put in whichever oils or any ingredients that you'd like depending on what your hair concerns are. They're also a lot more affordable and usually a lot more accessible, so that's something that you should really try doing if you haven't already. My final essential for maintaining healthy long hair is protective styles. So this is anything from braids to buns to wearing it in scarves or in a cap or something to keep it protected from the elements, from your bed when you're sleeping, and all of the above. My favorite is braids. I've talked about this a million times on my channel before, but I really like to wear braids, especially in the winter time when the weather's really cold and windy, and when I'm wearing like jackets and stuff and my hair is constantly brushing on my coat or clothes. That can really cause a lot of breakage. So keeping your hair in a protective style like a braid or in a loose bun can really help to protect the ends from rubbing on stuff, from breaking off, and from getting tangled, all of which cause a lot of breakage and split ends. That's a really big tip of mine, especially at nighttime. If you don't protect your hair when you're sleeping yet, you really need to get on that, because a lot of breakage comes from your hair rubbing on your pillows, from getting tangled, from rubbing on the sheets behind you. As I said earlier, I really like to use some of my leave-in oils right before bed, right in my ends before I braid it to go to sleep. Another really easy way to protect your hair at night is to get a satin or silk pillowcase. This provides a lot more slip to the hair, and it doesn't catch the hair the way like cotton pillowcases do. So it'll keep your hair from catching and creating a lot of friction and obviously breaking off. Honestly, sometimes I really have to fight myself to not go to bed with my hair open, especially when I'm really tired and lazy. But keeping my hair braided at night just keeps it so much more frizz-free and shiny looking. I also really like the waves that I get from braids. It's just kind of like a heatless hairstyle. That's a pro tip. Really try to protect your hair at nighttime. I really hope this video was helpful to you guys. I hope I gave you some good tips. I hope that if you start incorporating some of these things into your routine, that it helps you and that you see some good results. Please let me know down below if you guys have any other tips. I'd love to see them and I'd love to try some of them out. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!